Well, good morning. It is 6:45 a.m. and as you can see, I am dressed for church. And just as I promised, I'm going to show you how to turn that chicken into gnocchi soup. So I've already shredded the chicken up and put it into my slow cooker here. And like I promised, I left the celery out because my kids don't like it. But I'm going to keep that, put it in a bowl, and I'll blend it up in my soup that I drink when I'm fasting. And then I'm gonna take just a little bit of spinach, like just see like a handful of spinach here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop this up into the bowl. And I just like to use a pair of scissors. It's a lot easier than using a knife. I just kind of roll the leaves up and then I just chop them like this, ever so, just, chunks, because they melt down to be pretty skinny once all the water comes out of them. But my kids for years, they hate spinach. I hate spinach. So I would chop it up with the basil and I would just say, I'm just putting the basil in. And because they loved basil and it looks the same, really you can't taste spinach, but it has lots of iron in it. So I like to get that in there. And then I'm going to take a carton, and I'm probably going to use a whole carton because not only am I going to feed myself, my husband, and my sons and their family with this, I am going to give a little bit away to a lady at church. So I'm going to go ahead and add this entire carton in here to the soup so that we'll have plenty. And I've made the error of not turning my crock pot on before, and that's terrible. And I'm going to put it on the lowest setting. So I'm putting it on 10 hours because I just really want it to get hot enough, but not to overcook the gnocchi and while we're at church. And then I'm going to take my cream. This is heavy whipping cream, and I'm probably going to put almost half of this in there because I'm making a really big portion. So if you were making, this is making like an entire crock pot full. Oh, I need to shake it up. It's so thick. Here we go. Shake, shake, shake. And so I'm going to go ahead and pour that in a good amount. Okay. And then I also am going to add some cheeses to it. So I'm going to put some Parmesan in there. That's about a fourth cup of Parmesan. And I have the powdered kind too. That's the shredded, but I like the powdered when I'm doing this because that's another fourth cup of powdered. So it's about a cup of Parmesan. And then this is a little trick I've learned. These sliced cheeses, you can't just get those Kraft ones, the good ones from the deli. They will melt and be super creamy in there. So I've got Haverty, but you can use any kind of like white creamy cheese that you can get. And I'm just gonna pull it apart, put it in there. And I also have a sharp cheddar as well that I'm gonna add in there today. The more cheese, different cheeses kind of just give it more flavor. When we lived in Italy, I just want to tell you Americans, I'm sorry guys, we've been saying it wrong. There's no such thing as Alfredo in Italy. It's white sauce, cream sauce, but they have a dish called quattro formaggio, and oh my goodness, it's like 4 white cheeses and it is incredible. And that's where I learned to just add this to my dishes, the different kinds of cheeses, and it really works. Okay, last of all, the last kind of cheese I'm gonna add for some creaminess is a half a stick of cream cheese that I'm going to just kind of tear it up. I know I use my hands, but I washed my hands about 100 times today already, so I'm just kind of putting it into big chunks in there. And then I have a half a can of cream of chicken just for some more thickness in it. And I went ahead and added, because like I said, I'm trying to make this a very full pot. I added another 2 cups of water just so that there was plenty of all of this good juice. And I'm gonna see if you can see what this looks like. Let me wash my hands again like I was talking about. I'm always washing my hands. In fact, I have a crack on my hand right now from washing my hands. But let's see if you can see this. It looks amazing. You see the bits of spinach and just floating on top. And now we're going to add the last thing, and that's the gnocchi. And I'm just gonna add about a packet. So give me just 1 second. Okay, some of you out there might actually be able to make your own gnocchi, but I can't. So I just got some from the grocery store, the freshest kind I can get at the deli. And then I'm just going to add this potato gnocchi in. And it's going to, I'm going to stir it up. 1 package. I bought 2, but 1 is enough because you don't want it to be like just gnocchi. You want it to be soupy. So I just added one package to this giant pot. If you were making like half of this pot, you probably would only need half of this package. But now we're just gonna put the lid on. And you know, it's taken me about 10 minutes to do this, and I am going to go to church when we come home. Lunch will be ready.